Hello everybody, welcome to Short Shot Archery, and today I want to share with you my thoughts on the Gator Cup since it just wrapped up today. I technically finished the day before, but yeah, we're going to get into all of that. We'll talk about some of the things I liked, some of the things that were interesting, and yeah, this is a me talking video about what I thought. So, if you're interested in leaving what you thought down in the comment section, I would love to read them and maybe respond to some of them. We'll see how it goes. But let's get this started. I made myself a list and I'm going to go through it and discuss some of these things. Alright, so here is what I have to say about this tournament. Yes, I've categorized it and put it into a binder. No, I'm just kidding. It's only like 3 sheets of paper. Alright, so let's get started. Where should we start? I guess I'll start off with some good things. So, some of the things I liked, personally, was I liked the tent. I like how wide it was, and how long, how it was one uniform tent. And then that way, I think it really alleviated a lot of the problems with, like, the mass migration during the shoot. So when you have a whole bunch of small tents, the problem is they do not cover, the area fully. There's always, there's gaps in between them, and the width of the tent is also not that, high. The height of the tent's usually not that great either. Some of them are pretty low, but you end up playing this like musical chair game kind of trying to avoid getting stuck in the sun. From my experience, for the most part, that didn't happen with these larger tents. Not only was there like an epic amount of headroom, like we would have to have giants among us to really, have a headroom problem because the ceiling had to be close to 10 foot. Like plenty of headroom. You didn't have to worry about playing musical chairs around the sun because of just the amount of area the tent took up. You got a nice big shadow. I feel like that was a big positive. With the tent being higher too, you got a lot more air circulation through the tent, and a lot of that hot air went up to that like 10 foot, it was about a 10-foot peak, I guess. I don't know. I didn't measure it, but it's a lot taller than me, and it's probably one of the biggest tents I've seen at a USAT event so far. I was told that we should, by official sources by the way, that these same tents should be at the SoCal shoot. And it's going to be like this, the same setup with it divided down the middle, archers, shooters on one side that are actively shooting, and not currently shooting archers, and everybody else, like coaches and people that paid for the premium seating, they will have the other side. So, yeah, we'll see. I'm sure that's what's going to happen if they bothered to tell me about it. Well, I did ask, but still. Anyway, on to the next topic. And that is unofficial practice. I understand, there is costs involved in running this tournament, but I feel like how you pay for unofficial practice could improve. So, unofficial practice was Monday through Thursday. That's a lot of days, and that's like really like generous. That's really nice for them to have that many days. I know some of the other USAT events don't do that, or there's really no practice at all. So this was really great, but the one thing that wasn't that great was the fee. And I kind of came up with a quick idea on how to stretch the fee out, like make it better. So first, how did the fee work for this current shoot? It was $25 for the week, Monday through Thursday. So if you came Monday and you shot all week through Thursday, you got an awesome deal. It was only $25. But if you came Thursday and you weren't there Monday and all the other days leading up to it, you still paid $25. And that wasn't such a great deal. The bonus was you did get to use the field all day, but still, for $25, like that's I don't know, I feel like that's a tough spot. So I came up with an idea of trying to fix that a little bit and make it a little more fair or reasonable, and maybe actually bring more people out to go fly out an extra day or two early to do some unofficial practice and get ready for the Gator Cup. So next year, if it's going to be another like week-long thing, a Monday through Thursday, say, on Monday, they could charge $25. And then that person would have, access to the practice field the whole rest of the week, all the way through Thursday. Now, if you came to unofficial practice on Tuesday, the price would drop by $5 to $20 for Tuesday through Thursday. And then again on Wednesday, it would drop to $15 Wednesday through Thursday. And on Thursday, you would pay $10 for the day of shooting. That way, somebody that came early and spent the extra money to fly out there, the hotel rooms, the food, all of that extra money to be at the shoot early for unofficial practice, they get a better value for the time they're spending at the Easton complex, practicing unofficial practice before the shoot. Or say somebody like me who came in Wednesday but didn't shoot until Thursday because I came in later in the day. It was almost night. It was pretty much nighttime by the time I got to Florida. I paid the $25 for Thursday, but it would have been more fair for me to only pay, say, $10 for the one day because I didn't utilize the other days and I didn't pay to fly out any earlier or pay to stay in a hotel any longer. So, that's just a little bit of like food for thought. I know, it was a quick idea, but I think it does make it better. And then that way, maybe more people will want to take up the unofficial practice. Also, since wristbands are becoming such a thing for, showing, who's an archer or who's an archer that's not shooting right now, but they want to stay under the big tent, or if you're a coach, or if you have preferred seating access. They all have different colored They all have different colored wristbands, and I think the same should be done for unofficial practice, especially if you're paying for it. Now, if you're not charging anybody, then who cares? But if archers are going to pay for it, then you should have to have a wristband. You could do blue. I think that was one of the colors that wasn't used. So you get a blue wristband for unofficial practice, and then unofficial practice ends Thursday, and official practice starts on Friday. So you would just rip off your old wristband and put on the new one for being, an official shooting registered archer. And then that way, all the archers realize that they have to pay for unofficial practice. And I think overall it'll just be a good thing for everybody. So that's my take on that. Would really like to hear your thoughts in the comments section. Alright, so I'm turning this video into a bit of an Oreo. So we had some good, now we're going to have some, I don't know, not necessarily bad, but interesting. And then we're going to have some good again. I hope you like the wafers and not the cream filling. Otherwise, I'll come up with some other analogy. But on the, I guess you can call it the downside, fellow archers, please use your paper scoring so you don't hold up the entire shoot for however long that was, and then we had to play a game of catch-up because some people decided that only electronic scoring was a good idea. Anyway, this is a great learning experience. Please use both. Also, number 2, I checked out my bag. I liked my bag and what was in it, but we could use some Lancaster chapstick because currently I'm on the chapstick my dentist provides. So my recommendation is, can we get a Lancaster chapstick every single tournament? Because you do lose these. You lose these all the time. But what's a better way keeping your lips fresh than with the taste of Lancaster Archery chapstick? Chapstick with UV protection would be really good too. And now we're back with everything that's good in the world. And I think the bathrooms are pretty good. But it was so hot, you were sweating so much, that wasn't really a thing for a lot of people. But that was good. I feel like there was sufficient restrooms. I don't know if there's anybody else that has a different opinion on that. But generally there's usually an epic line, and there wasn't an epic line. So I think that worked out pretty well. Probably because everybody was sweating to death. But I don't know. I think good job on that part. Also, there was a nice vendor selection, I think, this year. I feel like there was more vendors at this shoot this year than in years past. I could be wrong. I didn't look back on some of my previous videos. You had some of your main staples like Lancaster, which came in handy because I forgot to bring my cooling towel, so I got to pick up one of those. A lot of people were hitting them up for cooling towels and umbrellas. Umbrellas, that's a smart idea to bring to the field. I feel like the women's divisions were really showing up the men's divisions. Us guys are sweating it out under the scorching sun, and the ladies got their umbrellas down there. Just saying, guys, we need to step up our game. And let's continue on to the announcer at this shoot, Lauren. She did an awesome job. It was great to hear a fresh new voice announcing that was nice and clear. She is an archer, so she knows what she's doing. Not to say that the announcers in the past were, bad, but it's just nice to, have a nice change up and somebody that is, really serious about the sport and was really good at relaying information to, the people on the line, because, we don't know what's going on. One side of the field's on one thing and the other side's on something else. And it was nice to have somebody that was making sure the information was getting across to us, both clearly so we could understand it, but accurately so there wasn't confusion, because confusion causes a bunch of chaos, and we don't need that on the shooting line when we're trying to, do this tournament. And then last but certainly not least, big thank you to the crew that came in and set this up, the employees from the Easton Sports Complex and everybody, just in general that helps make these tournaments run. I can only imagine how much of a pain that is, but I feel like the filling of water was fairly on point, making sure the trash cans weren't getting too filled. The targets were nicely set up. And I don't know, I felt like the tournament itself ran, really well, besides some mistakes by archers not filling out cards. But besides that, yeah, I don't know. Overall, my impression of the shoot was really good. I think everything went really great, and I enjoyed myself. So if you have a different opinion or you think I, missed something, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm always looking to learn something new. And with that, hope you enjoyed watching. Please like and subscribe. And as always, happy shooting and see you at the next shoot.